tonight, Grant Hill and Steve Smith. Smitty's sure to be lots of snappy ball movement in this one. These teams have incredibly strong passing games.
Yes, they do, B.A. Some great basketball minds on both teams who could just pick you apart with their playmaking. I'm sure they won't make it easy on each other.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves, filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. And it's Russell in at the point guard position.
Want to impress scouts? Stand 6'11" and hit the 3 with consistency. Jackson has such a bright future.
Russell to pass to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Pass to Jackson. Can't get it to fall.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
McDaniels passes to Towns. Outside for Russell. Gobert with it. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
In just one college year, Jaren Jackson averaged 3 blocks a game. He has that potential at this level.
Dang, no good.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
Well, one thing you learn about Anthony Edwards, he does not lack for confidence. He wants to become the best to ever do it, and he believes he can.
And Morant with the basket on the assist by Adams.
With the ball on the string, John Morant is toying with the defense. Beautiful.
Russell to pass to Gobert. It's rebounded by Memphis. And you see the ambition for greatness in Edwards. But, Grant, is he willing to do the work?
Well, B.A., think about this. He's a quick study. He listens to his coaches with curiosity. And he's driven to achieve the goals they set for him. Yeah, I think he can.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt. Yeah, attack mode from the start. Exactly what you want coming into this game.
Get your better scores, some easy looks so they can start to establish themselves.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Bain. Here's Adams. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Tough to miss that man. Desmond Bain read the defense perfectly.
Moran against Russell. Fades. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Yep, that one's good.
The quickness of John Morant is what makes his drives deadly. Where did he go?
Here's Russell. Pass to Gobert. And stolen by Morant. Brooks against McDaniels. And the basket by Bain.
A player who's aware of everything around him. Brooks sees the man break open and hits him.
Outside Edwards. Hits the three-pointer.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Outside Bain for 3. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
When you need to get 3 points right back, Desmond's the man you want on the job.
And you can tell how much these fans here in Memphis love their Grizzlies.
Yeah, I mean, B.A., ever since they moved here in 2001, these fans have been so loyal, and the players are also enjoy playing here. Memphis is a fun-loving city with great barbecue and a lot of carrots.
The 3 from Bain. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. The Timberwolves trail. Inside, here's Russell. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Russell's gotten his second bucket.
Yeah, inside the paint, Russell stays so nimble, helping them get such a high percentage look.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. To To the inside. Here's Adams. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The kick out to Edwards. McDaniels passes to Towns, and it's going to be a 3-second call. And we have to take another look at that block.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
The Grizzlies have gone 6 of 11 so far. Morant with it. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss. McDaniels passes to Towns. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
For a big, Towns is an effective free throw shooter. You really can't give him too many looks from the line.
And it's tied up with that one.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
It's a tie game in Memphis. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
I'll tell you what, throughout the first, they did a great job of just running their offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. The backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards. And it's McDaniels in at the 3, the small forward. Throws it up high, and the dunk by Jackson.
One thing that makes Jaren such a great alley-oop target is his hands, measured at enormous 10 inches long.
Pass to Towns. Here's the 3. It's not going to go for him. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Jackson, pass to Morant. Brooks outside. Towns against Bain. And here's Jackson. Now here's Adams. Tries again. That shot off. Good D by Gobert. Towns against Bain. Pass to Gobert. Oh, Brooks with the steal. All right, now a timeout called by Memphis. Memphis leading.
Dillon Brooks has had one heck of a start to his career. He's a solid rotational player.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Outside Morant. On the wing, Bain. 6 to shoot. Brooks, the pass to Morant. And another miss by Memphis. As for Dillon Brooks, he's the glue that holds these guys together, Smitty.
No doubt, BA, he's their emotional leader on this team. He can take over games at times offensively. He is really the heartbeat of this club.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Morant. Morant with the slam!
As creative as they come, John Morant has a style that's specifically his.
Morant against Russell. Towns for 3. Sinks it from distance. Towns has got 5 now.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Jackson, pass to Bain. Driving to the basket. The fadeaway. Minnesota with a rebound. Towns has got 5 rebounds in the game. Edwards, the pass to Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Hard to stop Gobert on the dunk. His length gives him a clear path to the rim.
Pass to Bain. A minute 58 left to play in the first half. Morant with a screen on Edwards. And there's the lob. Oh, there's Morant with the slam. We've seen a lot of coaches make the transition from college to the NBA. Smitty, what are the biggest challenges in making that leap, you think?
I think gaining trust from your players is totally different from the NBA and college. Also, the pace of the game. Not the speed of the players, but the flow of gameplay itself. And finding the soft spot in an NBA defense is much harder than it is in college.
Jackson against Towns. Outside Bain. Back to Jackson. Pass to Adams. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
This is where you want Adams to have the ball. You can't get a higher percentage look than that.
Towns against Jackson. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Outside Morant. Pass to Bain. Outside for Morant. Drills it from deep. Morant's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Morant, such a quick thinker. He doesn't hesitate on the catch and shoot.
Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
Edwards can't hit.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide open look, but he can't take advantage.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half.
27, the Timberwolves, 23.
As we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
They've got John Conchar. Also, Tyus Jones out there. Green out there with Xavier Tillman. And it's Aldama in at the 4 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. He's perfect from the line this time. So it's the Grizzlies now. The lead is 2. Jones up top. McLaughlin with the rebound. And stolen by Jones. Pass to Green. Here's Conchar. Here's Tillman. And it's Noel with a rebound. Down low. A slam dunk by Reed.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Jones in the post. Up and in on the layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
It's nice to see they're not settling for 3-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Here's McLaughlin. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Here's Noel. Misses off the right iron. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Here's Conchar. No good on the 3. Pretty even game going here in Memphis. To the middle. Here's Reed. Nifty move. A slam dunk by Reed.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Outside Jones. Pass to Conchar. Over to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, they get a hand on it. Memphis needs to get off a shot. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Here's Prince. Banked it in off the glass.
Woo-hoo, just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Here's Conchar, and Kyle Anderson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Conchar. Pass to Green. Shot clock at 5. Here's Tillman. And another miss by Memphis. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Noel. They get it back. Out to the right wing. And here's Anderson. Reed sets a screen. It's picked off. Right side Jones to the paint. Here's Green. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Nice look for Danny Green there, taking charge. You love the leadership he's brought everywhere he's gone.
Inside, here's Anderson. Tries again. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And the Timberwolves lead by 2. Outside Jones. 1:16 left in the third quarter. Pass to Aldama. 5 on the clock. From deep. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you've got to protect the ball.
The Timberwolves have gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Here's McLaughlin, defended by Jones. Here's Noel. Pass to McLaughlin. Lets it go from deep. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Defensively, you pick your poison. That time, they gambled off the right guy.
Out to the wing. To the middle. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Tillman's got his first points in this one.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Here's McLaughlin. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
This dude is capable of some memorable moves. He's showing off and having a little fun.
Outside Jones. Pass to Green. On the wing, Conchar. Back to Green. Here's Conchar. Takes a 13-footer. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. The T-Wolves on top. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up, keep the ball moving. We're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. The backcourt is Russell and Edwards. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. To the inside. Here's Adams. Oh, and Towns with the block.
I mean, if height wasn't enough, Towns also has serious athleticism. There's just no easy shots when he's around.
Pass to Bain. On the wing, Brooks. Jackson on the wing. Covered by Towns. On the wing, Bain. From deep. The offensive rebound. Adams. The 3 is up. And there's Bain. That one's good. The assist by Adams.
Making use of these corner spots. Bain is especially dangerous from this area.
Outside Russell. Fires for 3. And Another three for Minnesota.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Bain with it. Russell covering. Bain, the pass to Morant. Back to Bain. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns.
The shooting of Desmond Bain, it's special. Knocking down threes as good as anyone in the game.
And Bain drops them both.
And some will remember that Desmond Bain was the last pick in the first round in the 2020 draft, which is something he has used as motivation over the years.
Russell, the pass to Gobert. Down low. Pass to McDaniels. Now here's Towns. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The fader. The rebound by Jackson. You know, it's clear now that teams are kicking themselves for not picking Bain earlier in the draft, Smitty.
B.A., the reason why he's proven that he can be a huge part of the rotation. A lights-out three-point shooter and rugged defender. A player any team would love to have.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Memphis.
Smart ball handling from them in this one. Passing around to get ahead of the defense and putting it in the hands of ready shooters.
And I also have to praise them for their three-point shooting. They're showing a lot of confidence, letting them fly from deep.
Okay, big man with muscles coming through. Gobert is hard to stop when he's looking to score.
And that one misses. The Grizzlies have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Moran against Russell. Wide open look. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Oh, and Russell loves to remind us that he has ice in his veins. Big-time bucket.
Russell against Morant. Adams, the pass to Morant. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. And Edwards, here we go. Pass to Towns. McDaniels, a screen on Jackson. Shot's good by Towns. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
And in the big moments, Towns ups the ante, which allows him to knock down the important shots.
Outside Morant. To the middle. Here's Adams. Second chance effort. And he lays it in.
Emphatic bucket from Steven Adams. His team needed one, and he wouldn't be denied.
A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. And it's powered home by Towns. Coming down the stretch, it's still anyone's game.
Incredible effort and energy on both sides. These guys must be gassed.
Outside Morant. Jackson outside. Pass to Bain. Just 3 to shoot. Back to Jackson. Launches it. Minnesota with a rebound. To the paint. Here's Towns. Brooks outside. Outside for Morant. Here's Adams. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
He's been in this league for a while. Steven Adams is ready for situations like this.
And he misses the second one as well, so 0 for 2 that time. Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
Gobert. Money.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Here's Morant. Drives to the hoop. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
And it's critical Morant steps up in the important points in the game. This is his time to shine.
Taking 2 shots.
And the second of 2 is good. And that brings him within 2 here. So it's Minnesota now. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, can't allow them to dribble out the time.
Out of bounds, Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
And pretty reliable from the stripe. Cat accepts the responsibility of stepping up in these spots and looking to even the score with a huge three.
This is where you want to run a play. Don't just walk it up and heave it.
Outside Edwards. And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win. With the late victory, they upset.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. Now, Greg, when you look at these rosters, both teams have lots of quality players and very deep benches.
And with the pace we see in games, it really helps to have more legs to run. Each of these coaches have a lot of options, so it'll be interesting to see how they play the matchups.
And the Clippers starting five. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Wall in at the point. Here's Morant, and it's rebounded by Covington.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
Now here's Leonard. On the wing, George. Wall looking it over. 3 on the clock. The shot, no good. And it's Memphis the other way. And it's Memphis on the break. Jackson misses. Wall against Bain. Wall passes to George. Back to Wall. A nice shot by George.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
Morant outside. Adams trying to free himself up. Another shot, and he lays it up and in.
Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamental.
Here is Wall. Takes it out to Leonard. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And here's Morant. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Morant against Wall. Outside, George. Morant with the steal. Brooks kicks to Bain. Back to Brooks. Morant outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on George.
You know John Morant's such a dynamic guard. His combination of speed and creativity, that makes for some tough matchups.
And he makes the first. No good on the second free throw. Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Outside for George. Wall passes to George. Now here's Covington. A 3 from Leonard. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. There's the pass to Morant. And Morant throws it down.
Showing off that Morant attacks the basket with just such intensity. There's not much any defense can do with it.
Now here's Wall. Outside Covington. With the drive. That one misses. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Brooks finds Adams. Back to Brooks. Memphis moving that ball around. Bain against Leonard. Brooks the pass to Jackson. Morant left side. Just 2 to shoot. Here's the 3. It's held in by Zubac.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Now here's Leonard. Back to Covington. Now Leonard. Takes it out to Covington. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
George, no good. Memphis leading. Brooks, the pass to Bain. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's George. Count that bucket.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Morant scanning the floor. Here's Bane. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And this is part of Morant's role. As a guard, he's responsible for finding the open man.
Outside, George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to George. Clock at 6. Leonard on the wing. The 3. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And the layup by George. George has got 6.
And I like the anticipation of George on the glass there. A veteran sense of where the miss is going.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead by 1. Live from the FedEx Forum. You're watching. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bane. And it's Adams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Wall, no luck. And Adams has got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 1. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bane.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Here's George. It's rebounded by Memphis. Bane passes to Adams. And the rejection by Zubac. And now the Clippers on the break. George with the ball. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. He's got 8. Greg, Father Time is undefeated, and every player has to make the decision when it's time to retire. How big a factor was age for you?
Well, you don't want to leave anything on the table, but your body will tell you when it's time. I know that was the case for me. And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
It's George on the wing. Leonard dishes to George. Fires the 3. John Morant grabs the rebound. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Bane kicks to Brooks. On the wing, Bane. Defended by Covington. Bane passes to Brooks. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Morant against Wall. Morant with the steal. Bane kicks to Brooks. Bane looking around. Out to Morant. A three-pointer, no good.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Covington finds Leonard. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, Zubac, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's his first trip to the line. First one falls for him.
Shooting for Zubac.
And both free throws good for Zubac. And so it's Memphis with it. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Outside, Bain. Jackson with the screen on the wing.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
Leonard inside. Brooks covering. Eyes again. Here's Zubac. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And both free throws good for Zubac. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Outside, Bain. Outside for Jackson. Outside, Bain. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Zubac finds Wall. 54 seconds left in the first half of the game. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. George dishes to Covington. Just 5 to shoot. The kick out to Wall. Fade away. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And a wide open look for Payne. Knocks down the 3-ball. Payne's got 8 points in the quarter. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Pass to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. And here's Covington from the arc. Second shot opportunity. Here's Leonard. Goes up again. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back.
15. The Clippers, 16.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Desmond Bain really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
So with George on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. The guard and off guard, filled by Jackson and Powell. Marcus Morris is out there with Batum, and it's man in at the small forward. Pulls it up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
That free throw, no good. Richard, you grew up in Arizona. What do you think of the Suns right now and what they've done the last 2 seasons?
Oh, how much time do you got? All my friends back home are just loving Chris Paul. He has helped change the culture with Monty Williams. Great job by the front office. They have put in so much young talent, and they have coached them up. They are a complete team. And like I said, how much time you got? We could do this all day.
We could indeed.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Jones against Jackson. Jones, the pass to Aldama. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Batum. Los Angeles leading by 3. And there's the call on Jones.
Tyus Jones.
That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
And the Clippers have possession. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Jackson finds Powell. Kennard on the wing. 4 on the shot clock. Over Green. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Aldama passes to Jones. Here's Aldama. Kicks it out to Jones. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. 3-point lead. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And a high percentage look there is what Batum was after. He goes inside and makes it happen.
Here's Conchar. The Grizzlies with another miss. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Pass to Conchar. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Jones, the pass to Conchar. Trying to end the drought. It's deflected. It's stolen by Green.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Conchar, the pass to Tillman. It's tipped.
And on defense, Batum uses that wingspan well, creates solid coverage.
The pass to Kennard. This one for 3, and the 3 ball is good. And now a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
Yes, this is a pivotal moment in this game. Those extra possessions right now, they just mean a little bit more.
And they recover it.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Pass to Pop. And here's Kennard. Takes a 3. Cans it from downtown. Kennard's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
And there's the try. Conchar, good.
And providing the support where they need it. That stops a 12-0 run by the Clippers.
Kennard on the wing. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And you can see he's found his rhythm here in the third quarter. You can just sense the uptick in confidence. Everything he puts up from long range seems to be gone.
Morris outside. In the corner, Kennard with it. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And it was going back and forth there for a while, but now starting to just stretch out that lead a bit. They're definitely looking like the better team.
Powell on the double team. Passes it to Tillman. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Jackson looking it over. Kennard for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Tyus Jones, and it's Green in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Now he's checked in for John Wall. to Morant. And Morant throws it down.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt here.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Leonard kicks to Powell. Outside Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Powell. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Offensive rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Jackson passes to Morant. The shot, no good. Great tee that time from Leonard. Inside. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Morant's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the middle. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
He threw that one down. Adams, one of the fiercest competitors in the league.
Outside, George over Bain. And the Clippers miss again. And Adams has got the ball here for Memphis. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Putting his 6'11" frame to use Jackson low, down low. Good luck stopping him.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And the second free throw, good.
Well, if you poll players on who they think the strongest guy in the league, I'm pretty sure Steven Adams would be a top pick.
Leonard kicks to Kennard. In the corner, George with it. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Left side, Bain. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. And that's 12 points for Desmond Bain. And for Adams, his strength makes him difficult, Richard, to deal with.
Oh, yeah, it's the absolute worst. He sets some of the hardest screens in the league, and he's been one of, if not the best offensive rebounders for over the last decade. Look, it takes multiple people to box out that large human.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told them, look, we're in a good spot. The one thing I want you guys to do, stay in the moment. Don't look ahead. Stay in the moment and compete. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep focused.
All right, David, thanks. Leonard kicks to Zubac. Stolen by Jackson. Morant with it. George picks him up. And it's Morant missing.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
To the inside to end the cold streak. Here's Zubac. Takes it out to Covington. Drills the three-pointer. Covington's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays than we do. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes. And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
George passes to Zubac. Shoots. Nails the baby hook. And the Clippers lead by 11.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Jackson kicks to Bain. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
I just love when teams make it work down low.
LA's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard on the wing. Adams defending. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket. And it's going to be loud. And it's going to be painful.
Looking to get it going. And finished off by Morant.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
And he banks in the layup.
Closer in, let me just tell you, Morant, he's going to find a way to score. He just has such a fantastic touch around the rim.
Outside, George. There's 38 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Kennard finds George. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Covington passes to Kennard. 12 seconds left in the fourth. Back to Covington. 6 to shoot. From deep. That shot missing. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
The wing pair. Ivica Zubac's out there with Robert Covington. And it's Wall in at the 1. And for the Timberwolves, filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. And it's Russell in at the point guard position. Outside Wall. Outside Covington. Off target with the 3. Russell against Leonard. Outside McDaniels. To the left side wing. Towns finds Edwards. Back to Towns. Shot clock at 6. Fader on the way. And Edwards with the basket on the assist by Towns.
Karl Anthony Towns, as a big man, is a tremendously solid passer, willing to move the basketball. Well, you think about the resurgence for Karl Anthony Towns in the 21-22 season. Selected to his 3rd All-Star game, he actually won the three-point contest, and considering the regular season, 50, 40, 80% shooting. Really sound basketball.
Now here's Russell. Gobert with a screen on Wall. Kept alive. Another shot. The kick out to Edwards. Drops in the 3. Edwards got 6.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Wall against Russell. Back to George. Leonard on the wing. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Rudy Gobert picks one up. That's Towns. Team success was the biggest change for him in that 2021-22 season.
It was, BA, because when you consider out of his first 7 seasons in the league, it's only the second time his team finished with a winning record. But Towns is looking to make that a regular occurrence from this point forward.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 6. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds as Los Angeles keeps possession. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. George passes to Covington. Zubats screen to the inside, and the ball out of play. The Timberwolves will have it. Minnesota's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Russell, the pass to Edwards. Towns for 3. Unable to get that one. And Los Angeles the other way now. Outside Covington. Leonard for 3. And the three-pointer goes.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass. Boy, guys, it wasn't too long ago that the Los Angeles Clippers were the worst team in the league. But boy, have times changed. The Clippers are now an attractive organization for some stars.
Oh, got a piece of it. Back to Towns. 4 on the clock. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Leonard against Gobert. Leonard can't get it to go. I mean, a true transformation of the Clippers. They were that team that stars avoided.
They were, BA, but I think that started to change back in 2011. The trade of CP3 to the Clippers, it started this new era. Then the ownership change helped it even further. And in one summer, let's remember, they signed both Kawhi and Paul George. Unreal transformation.
Now here's George. Pass to Zubats. It's blocked by Gobert.
9'9" standing reach. Rudy Gobert twice on the pipes.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
Towns against George. Towns passes to Gobert. Good work there as it goes.
It's incredible to think how far Rudy Gobert has come since entering the league and his ability to finish at the cup. That is just nicely done.
Now here's Wall. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Edwards against George. 6 on the shot clock. And the jam by George.
Paul George leaving, no doubt. Nice finish.
The Timberwolves have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Gobert with a screen on Wall. The shot by Russell, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Covington finds Wall. And the big finish by Wall.
Such a dynamic presence at the lead guard position. John Wall emphatically puts up a couple of points.
And Edwards puts up a deep 3. Here's Gobert. Great D that time from Zubats.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Over to the left wing. Inside. Here's Leonard. Goes back up. Back to Zubats. Pass to Wall. Out to Covington. Back to Wall. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Clippers on top. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you think about what we've seen from the Clippers?
The aggressiveness on defense has been infectious. Everyone's come to the party. I love it.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
The backcourt is Russell and Edwards. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. So that's the Timberwolves 5. George for 3, and good. Coming on the assist by Wall. George has got 8 points.
Well, no hesitation. The full arsenal on display here. The catch and shoot, rise and fire. Yes, Paul George.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Well, you consider D'Angelo Russell and the fact that he's been a part of multiple organizations. Obviously, he has been a frequent trade piece. The one question is, can he stick with one franchise and establish some success?
Wall against Russell. For 3, George. Oh, and another 3 for the Clippers.
I always feel like when Paul George rises and fires from 3, he believes it's going down. Great confidence behind that three-point shot.
And a deep 3 from Russell. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Well, his trade activity says something about how desirable Russell is as a player.
I think he's a guy any team could want on their roster because of his scoring capabilities. Very capable of huge nights in the NBA, but the other aspect that's so important, his ability as a setup guy.
And he buries his first look.
Once he saw the smaller defender guarding him, he took it right to the rack.
Wall against Russell. Pass to George. Covington with it. The kick out to Wall. Back to Covington. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Towns. Here's George. 11 points in the game. Shot clock at 2. Stolen by Russell. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. And it's powered home by Towns.
And Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
Here's Wall. He takes it in. Edwards pulls it in for Minnesota. They've gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Russell pass to Towns. Outside Edwards. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game. Over the last few years, we've seen the rise of the skilled big. Doris, how's that changed the way basketball is played?
I think, B.A., certainly it has made for a more wide-open game. The advent of that stretch 4, stretch 5, it creates better spacing because you've got to deal with their shooting. To me, it's a much better product for the fans.
And here the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul of the game. So it's the Clippers now. It's a 3-point game. Here's Leonard, just 5 on the clock. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. And he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Right side, Russell. Hangs. It's tipped. Leonard outside. The kick out to Wall. Knocked loose. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
What I like about the Minnesota Timberwolves, to me, they took a step forward last season. Finishing their highest conference finish since 2004, made it all the way up to the 7th spot in a very competitive West.
And George launches it from deep. Rebound Minnesota.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Leonard on the wing. Zubac finds George. Looking to win the drought. Edwards pulls it in. And looking at the progress Minnesota has made, many think the best is yet to come, Doris.
Well, they've made smart draft acquisitions, beginning with young Mr. Anthony Edwards, a big-time talent. And obviously, you've got to grow that young talent. That's exactly how you build a bright future for your team.
Up top, Wall, guarded by Russell. Covington passes to Zubac, and he drops it in from the low post. And the Clippers lead by 3. There's 38 seconds left to play in the second quarter. The shot by Russell, no good.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Shot by Leonard, no good. The Timberwolves have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Down low, and stolen by Covington. Wall, the pass to George. Now Leonard, outside Covington. Over McDaniels. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half.
16, the Clippers, 19.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Paul George with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
And so in the game for Los Angeles, Jackson and Kennard, the guards. Marcus Morris out there with Norman Powell. And it's Batum in at the center position. Snatched away. Anderson inside. Jackson on him. Anderson gets the bucket. Anderson's got his first points of the game.
And it's no surprise they want to get him the ball to start this half.
Jackson outside. Batum outside. Kennard on the wing. Misses the 3. The Timberwolves trail.
After just 1 year in college, Naz Reid declared for the 2019 NBA draft where he was not selected, guys.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Jackson right side. Morris outside. And it's all from three-point range. And Doris, you got to give credit for how hard Reid worked.
Listen, the devastation of going undrafted can make some players hang it up or give up their NBA dreams and go overseas. What you love about Naz Reid is he got back in the lab, he went to work, and consider this, back-to-back seasons where he plays in 70 games and is a part-time starter. That, to me, is successful perseverance.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Batum outside. Jacks up a 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Reid. And a nice finish on the layup. Reid's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's about reading the floor. Hits his man right where he wanted it.
Jackson down low to the middle. Morris. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Prince on the attack. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
This team looks so focused out there trying to increase their lead.
You know, they can make things much easier on themselves in the fourth if they just have a few more possessions like that.
Here's Jackson. Here's Batum. It's stolen. And finished off by Anderson.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
But if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Last year, the Clippers finishing 8th in the West. However, they missed the playoffs, Doris.
Right, B.A., but keep in mind, they didn't have Kawhi for the entire season. No Paul George for most of the season. In fact, I thought Ty Lue did an incredible coaching job getting that team to the 8th spot. They just went on to lose 2 tough games in the play-in tournament.
Leonard with the ball. George outside. To halt the run. And the dunk by Leonard.
As unassuming as he looks sometimes, Kawhi Leonard finishes with authority off the dribble.
Ball against Russell. To the paint. Here's Gobert. And it's blocked. And here's George. He's got 11. Pass to Zubac. Zubac with a screen on Edwards. George for 3. Not going to go that time. So Minnesota will take it the other way. To the inside. Here's Gobert. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Even on the years he's not winning Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert finds a way to finish in the top 3. This is one of the most consistent elite defenders in the game.
And Doris, with Gobert, it still feels like he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
And B.A., at this point, I find that inexcusable. You just watch the game and understand the metrics to see the massive impact that Rudy Gobert has on him. And it is not only on the defensive end either.
Well, you know the Timberwolves are a young squad, Doris.
Towns. Cat is one of the most talented big men, most polished offensive players that we've seen in the NBA. Couple him with Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert, and I think you now have to start looking to be a consistent winner. I am anxious to see what this team does this year.
Ball finds George. And count that. 2 points. And they've stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they can get this foul overturned.
People were worried that this would slow the action down.
The previous play is under game.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Pass to Towns. Outside McDaniels. The kick out to Edwards. It's stolen by Wall. George against McDaniels. Here's Wall. Out to Leonard. Beyond the arc. And good. Coming on, the assist by Wall. And it's now only a 5-point Timberwolves lead. Now Russell. Gobert with a screen on Wall. The 3 from Russell. Oh, got it off in time, but it's no good. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You'll love the unselfish play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. Filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. And it's Russell in at the 1. So that's the Timberwolves 5. 5 to shoot. Back to Wall. For 3, Covington. And the Clippers hit again from deep.
Tremendous awareness of the clock by Robert Covington there.
Russell with the ball. Guarded now by George. And here's Edwards outside. Connects from downtown. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Covington against Towns. The ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Russell. Edwards against Leonard. McDaniels passes to Edwards. Uses the glass on the layup. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
And another theme in this game to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Jackson, he's checked in for Wall.
What we know about Paul George is he has proven to be an elite force on both ends. He can be a lockdown defender, and boy, can he get cooking offensively.
Out to Leonard. The three. Towns with a rebound. Minnesota in the lead. Stolen by Jackson. Leonard up top. It's good.
Well, that's about tremendous vision. And remember, Paul George has the kind of size that allows him to survey the floor beautifully.
Jackson against Russell. And yep, it's good. Russell's got 4 points this quarter.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Pass to Covington. George with it. Leonard on the wing. McDaniels with it. And it's Leonard picking him up. It's stolen by Leonard. Here's George. Oh, and the dunk by George.
Wow. How about Paul George commanding the basketball when his team needs a basket? Go to work, sir.
Here's Russell inside. Here's Gobert. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
George for three. Doesn't go that time. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Down low. Here's Towns. It's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Leonard passes to Covington. Out to Leonard. Fires the three. He drains it. Made half his shots. He's 5 for 10 now.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
Now here's Russell. Pass to Towns. Crafty move, and it's powered home by Towns.
Oh, does he deliver? That is a determined young fellow right there. Oh, Anthony Towns.
Stolen by Russell. All by himself, and it's Towns with the power finish.
And it's incredible how taking good risk on defense often leads to good looks at the other end.
That is quick defense to offense. These guys such terrific athletes. You can't let your guard down.
Jackson, pass to Covington. Here's Zubac. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Those are big free throws. Now they need some defensive stops.
Russell against Jackson. Towns for 3. Offensive rebound. No good. This is what it's come down to.
Yes, indeed. A monster possession.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard outside. Back to Covington. Yes!
What a shot from Covington. You better be confident to take that shot.
Zubac with the steal. Pass to Jackson. Misses in close. And they committed intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
Towns for three. No good. So it's a narrow victory for the Timberwolves, pulling it out for the W. This one was in the balance.
And given how much these teams run, Clark, the bench play could be big.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, with how much these teams like to get up and down and push it, I think it's going to be one of those windshield wiper games. So a bunch of guys could get some action tonight.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. And it's Adams in at the center. Morant with it. And Morant throws it down.
And how about that display of athleticism by Morant, flying up in the air for the jam.
Russell passes to Gobert. That shot misses. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Here's Morant.
And that's impressive. Morant's ball control and take charge attitude is what makes him so special.
The Timberwolves secured a spot in the playoffs last season, Greg, and we enjoyed it after they got that emotional win in the play-in game in the Twin Cities over the Clippers. What a night.
And Kevin, you could tell it meant a lot to the player. This is a team that has struggled for so long, and by getting to the playoffs, this is a step in the right direction.
Tips it up, and it's Adams on the follow.
They have to put a body on Adams. He's too good of an offensive rebounder to not pay attention.
Here's Edwards, a crossover, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Dylan Brooks. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw missing.
Hey, like a lot of guys, Edwards rides momentum as a player. When his confidence is soaring, so is his activity level.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, a bit ago, Taylor Jenkins and I were able to chat. Defensively, he wants his guys to protect the rim and do everything they can to push the offense out to the perimeter. He told me if we can do that, I feel good about our chances. Now, guys, obviously that's a tall order, but he's trying to get his guys to get geeked for the challenge.
Thank you, David.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Rebound, Minnesota.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The shot misses. Nice D from Brooks. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Jackson finds Brooks. Right side Bain. And the Grizzlies get it back. Morant passes to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
A point who knows his role. Ja loves setting guys up, always looking to pass it.
Towns, a screen on Morant. Russell, and the call on the shot sends him to the line.
And now in the final year of his contract, D'Angelo Russell trying to get back to that all-star level and the promise that got him that last 4-year deal.
And after a lackluster performance in last year's playoff, Russell has some making up to do.
Yeah, and the efficiency has been a problem. Now, if you're a player whose primary value is at the offensive end, you can't just be a volume scorer.
The chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
Edwards drawing the double team. Brooks feeling it out a bit. It's Morant in the corner. 1:27 left in the first. Bain kicks to Jackson. 5 to shoot. The pass to Morant. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Morant's got 6 points.
And that speaks to Morant's fearlessness. Even amongst the trees, he is confident, looking to score with the ball.
It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Adams. Morant reaches to Adams. Morant with it. Now guarded by Towns. Jackson passes to Morant. Over Russell. And it's sent back by Russell.
Well, I tell you what, his teammates love seeing this. So do I. I mean, when Russell is able to block a shot, that's a big bonus.
And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Trailing by 5. The drive by Russell. Feeds it to Gobert. And Adams sends it back.
Adams puts every ounce of energy into his defense. He's not out there to contest shots. He's out there to reject them.
Brooks misses. Outside Russell. Here's McDaniels. Rebounded by Jackson. Morant looking around. And so the first quarter is in the books. The Grizzlies lead by 5. And we'll... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Guys, what's your take on the Grizzlies so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Two big men inside, Towns and Gobert. Backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. And it's McDaniels in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. And he sinks the second. And the accepted wisdom is role players tend to play better at home than on the road. I've always wondered, Clark, how does that affect them more than stars?
You know, I don't know if I actually buy into that. I do think there's a comfort level when you're at home. I think it's always a little more pressurized to be the home team because you have some additional distractions. Typically, role players are a little more inconsistent overall just based on their particular positions, but that's why you don't call them stars. You call them role players.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Russell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You like what you have there. Russell crafty with the dribble.
Morant outside, goes up, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Russell inside, guarded by Bain. Gobert dishes to Towns, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And the #1 overall pick in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns has been the franchise player in Minnesota. But out to prove he can be the cornerstone on a contender.
Greg, in order for Towns to get the Wolves to where they want to go, and certainly where he wants to go, how does he take the next step?
For me, last season, an inconsistent playoff performance for Cat. He's got to make an imprint on the game, even when shots aren't falling. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Out to Edwards. Back to Russell. Tipped away. Outside, Towns. The Grizzlies pull it in. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Brooks finds Bain. Jacks up a 3. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Russell passes to Towns. And he uses the glass on the layup. Towns has got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves.
Terrific read on the part of Russell that time. Scanned the court, spotting the open man, and then whipped it there for an easy bucket.
Adams back to Morant. Not that time. It's off. He's 3 for 7. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And finished off by McDaniel.
Capable of finding his open guys. Edwards getting better at improving his overall floor awareness. Nice to see.
Here's Morant. Oh, the power on that.
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fellas.
Gobert with a screen on Morant. Gobert against Adams. Gobert can't hit. His leads have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Payne for 3. And no good. And Minnesota now the other way. McDaniels with the ball. He's picked up by Morant. McDaniels dishes to Gobert. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Memphis. Morant left side. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Russell kicks to Edwards. Up and in on the layup. Edwards got his second bucket.
Defense gets burned by Edwards' ball handling ability. I mean, this guy's athletic and can really move.
Morant outside. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Morant. 10 points for him. Down low. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That's on Jaden McDaniel. This is his third free throw attempt of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
You know, guys, when you look at those numbers last year for him, I think it does affect how much you're willing to go after contact, because you're a little fearful of getting to the foul line unless you're in the and one situation. Too many trips to the line when you shoot it as poorly as he does actually can hurt you.
And that one's good. Morant's got 6 in the quarter.
And relentless in his attack. Morant is wearing down the defense, putting up some huge numbers here tonight.
Russell passes to Edwards. He kicks to McDaniels. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. Left side, Bain. Passes to Jackson. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Oh, quick thinking from Jackson. When he's rising and firing fast, you know he's in the zone.
Pass to Reed. Anderson outside. The 3. That shot no good. Thank you, And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
So on the floor for Memphis, we've got Green, and it's Jones in at the point guard. And now the Timberwolves on the break. The kick out to Anderson. Atop the key, Prince. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Conchar. Jones, the pass to Green. Count that one.
Yeah, you know, we all think of Green as a shooter, and he is, but he's capable of more than that. He scores in other ways, too. Sneaky athleticism.
Here's McLaughlin, defended by Jones. Counted, good. Anderson's got his first 2 points.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here's Jones. Count it. And we'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It goes on Taurean Prince.
I tell you what, he looks fresh coming out of halftime, if that possession's any indication.
And the defense, to me, looks a little stale, like week-old bread. I mean, they made that way too easy for him. They need to get back into the flow here. Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
Tillman passes to Jones. Pass to Tillman. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from 3-point range. Conchar's got the lead up to 8 now for the Grizzlies.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And Jordan McLaughlin picks up the foul here. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's foul number 2 for him. Now here's Jones. Guarded close. Bank shot. No good. Timberwolves trail by 8. To the paint. Here's Reed. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Yeah, the D has not been able to kick the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Spins. Jones, the pass to Aldama. Kicks it out to Jones. Off target with his 3. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And there's the pass to Anderson. Here's McLaughlin. Off target from 3-point range. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Here's Tillman. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Henderson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Outside, Jones. They kick it out to Green. Back to Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Here's Noel. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Right side, Jones. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
Anderson, a screen on Jones. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt GM.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Aldama gets the bucket.
And you're not going to pass up that kind.
Timberwolves have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Passes it to Anderson. Kicks it out to Prince. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Yeah, you know, that was out of his reach anyway, so I don't even know why he made that effort. No need to commit the foul there.
And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And the first one drops. And so Jones nails both of them. Timberwolves trail by 10. Now, here is Russell. He's got 6. And here's Jones. To the inside. Here's Green. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. And so it's Memphis with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. It's a 10-point game. Hiding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. 2 big men inside, Towns and Gobert. And it's Russell in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And if he gets looks that cleanly, Gobert becomes unstoppable. He makes good use of his body and just wills himself to a foul.
Russell against Morant. And finished up by Morant.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Yeah, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, to glide in and reverse it home like that, so sweet.
Edwards, that's good.
And And, you know, for Edwards, it's about hitting the three consistently. This will help take his game to the next level.
It's stolen by Edwards. And a look now how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Grizzlies.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
And the defense has been disruptive, forcing turnovers, challenging shots. The turnovers they've been able to turn into points, too.
And Gobert hits to McDaniel. Out to Edwards. Shot clock at 6. Lays it up and banks it in. Edwards got 5 points in the quarter.
A composed and cool effort from Edwards inside, not rushing himself or forcing a bad shot, taking what's available.
Here's Morant. Gobert pulls it in. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Russell. Lays it up off the glass.
And when you thought this fourth quarter was simply a formality, all of a sudden the offense picks up, and now we have a game.
Can't quite put my finger on it, but something gave them a jolt, and now they're knocking down everything. We got some fireworks in store for us down the stretch.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that number.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for him.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Morant against Russell. Here's Adams. Back to Morant. And too much time in the way, and they get called for the 3-second violation.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Russell, and the layup's good off the glass. And it's now only a 1-point Grizzly lead.
Big score at this point in the game, folks. D'Angelo can't do it any better than that.
Ball's not loose. It's stolen by Edwards. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Russell's running, and Adams sends it back. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. Minnesota with the ball. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Russell finds Towns to take the lead.
And that defensive versatility Jackson has is just incredible. Able to guard multiple positions due to that height and reach. That's the kind of need you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Second personal foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
I don't think you can afford to hack Towns like you do other bigs, because he's too good a free throw shooter, and he'll make you pay when he gets to the line. They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Gobert with the block. They recover. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. So Adams will go to the free throw line. That's on Jaden McDaniel.
You think Adams is a smart target for a foul, but he might just surprise you.
It's Russell with the drive. Out to Edwards. Here's Towns. Second chance shot. Adams, a nice D. And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. They've led by as many as 11 points. In the corner is Payne. It's full.
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. It's in. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
to Brooks. Outside Jackson. And here is Adams. Defended by Gobert. 5 on the clock. Adams against Gobert. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
An emphatic rejection that was. Boy, you got to appreciate that kind of forceful, in-your-face defense.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Trailing by 2. Edwards dishes to Gobert. And Adams sends it back. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Minnesota calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. 1 second left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
I think this comes down to whether they want to go for 3 to win it or send it to overtime with a 2. I think either way, it's going to happen off the inbound pass, and they need to get a good shot, 2 or 3.
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet?
And Grant, we've got two teams here that don't need to rely solely on their starters. They've got a lot of firepower coming off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of talent on display for both sides. And that depth makes each team more unpredictable on offense. Both sides have a number of guys who can step up on any given night.
The starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. Inside, it's the pair of Jackson Jr. and Adams. Bain and Brooks out on the wing. And it's Morant in at the point guard position. Here he goes. Soft touch off the glass.
The quick feed of Morant. He's so dangerous when he's cutting to the rim.
Wall, the pass to George. Leonard on the wing. Brooks defending. Back to George. 5 on the clock. And George with the jam.
Paul George getting aggressive, showing us some power that time as he's able to get to the rim. Well, still a few years out, but the Clippers have to be excited about moving into their own arena in 2024. So much innovation has gone into the design of the building, and it just looks incredible.
Now here's George. Oh, Brooks with the steal. And now the Grizzlies on the run. Pass to Morant. Zubac with the steal. To the paint. Tipped. Brooks with it. Guarded by Covington. The drive by Morant. Here's Adams. Back to Morant. Second chance shot. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
The motor right now for Steven Adams is humming on the glass, getting after it.
And Adams no good on that one. Amen. And the Clippers felt they needed to build their own arena to establish some identity.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They could be their own franchise away from the shared building with the Lakers. And for so long in L.A., they've been treated as sort of a second-rate team, and that just shouldn't happen. So having their own arena, it's moving them well into the right direction.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Covington. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
The attention to detail on defense. Jackson reads shooters well and knows when to go for blocks.
Morant, no good.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Now here's Leonard. The kick out to Wall. And they recover it.
Some speedy shooting from Wall. He gets the pass and puts his shot right up to beat the D.
Outside Morant. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. On Robert Covington, a unique talent. Ja Morant has taken the NBA by storm. Brent, does Ja remind you of anyone?
Well, many people, including Paul George, have compared Ja to a young D. Rose. Yet each explosive athletes at the one position. Well, Ja and Rose leading their teams at a young age as well.
Now here's Wall. Oh, and Jackson with the block. Adams, the pass to Morant. Jackson finds Morant. Kicks it out to Jackson. Outside Bain. From downtown. Yes! And a nice assist from Jackson.
Adding to his game over time. When Jackson spots his open teammates like this, the offense runs much smoother.
Here's Wall. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Outside Morant. Pass to Jackson. Outside Morant. Driving in. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
I'd like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Here's Leonard. The Grizzlies making their last shot. For 3, Covington. Pass to George. And stolen by Bain. And now the Grizzlies on the run. Here's Jackson. And the layup is good off the glass.
He gets inside right when he sees the opening. Gotta attack when you have that chance.
Wall, the pass to Leonard. 19 seconds left in the first quarter here. Now here's Zubac. Outside Wall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Covington up top. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Covington doesn't have to have the ball to help you, but you do want him occasionally to get touches and keep him engaged.
Taking 2 shots.
He does not get the second one. Fires from the wing. The shot that time not on target. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Grizzlies out in front, leading by 5. Don't go anywhere. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense. Getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Robert Covington is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Wall in at the point. That's the group for the Clippers starting the second. The Clippers trail. Now here's George. Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Jackson. Now Brooks. Morant with it. Checked by Wall. Morant against Covington. Deflects the pass. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
Adams, no hesitation, and right to the rim.
Outside Wall. It's George on the wing to the middle. It's a one-on-one situation.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for Memphis. Desmond Bain at the foul line for 1.
The free throw drops for Bain. Both teams are always hunting mismatches. Grant, I'll put it to you here. You prefer a speed advantage or a size advantage over your defender?
Well, BA, it's all about the mismatches. And going back to when I was young and actually had some speed, it was great to be able to have both, depending upon who you went against. If a smaller player guarded you, use your size to shoot right over them. And if a bigger defender was on you, then yes, use your speed to turn the corner and get to the rim. So it depended upon who was guarding you.
Morant's gone 50% shooting tonight, 4 of 8. Ball against Morant. It's George on the wing. Back to Covington. Oh, it's stolen by Adams. And now the Grizzlies on the run. Brooks from outside. He can't get that one to fall. And Los Angeles the other way now.
I know this much about Robert Covington. You'll never find him short on effort. This is a high-energy guy on both ends of the floor.
That's tipped. For Memphis, they've gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Hangs in the air. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Adams finds Brooks. On the wing, Bain. Clock at 6. Outside for Morant. Shoots over George. And it's Morant missing. Well, Brent, any team loves to have a guy like Covington setting an example with his all-out play.
Yeah, BA, you know how there are guys that bring along everybody with their offensive game? Covington does that with the defense. He's out there, he gives effort, he dives on the floor, he's going for loose balls, and all of a sudden the energy of the team is right behind Robert Covington's defense.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of 3 perimeter players to win back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards. It's him, Sidney Moncrief, and a young Dennis Rodman.
Morant against Wall. Morant, the pass to Jackson. And then Morant with the dunk.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. And for his career, Kawhi Leonard has more steals than fouls, Greg.
You know, BA, he and Jimmy Butler, I believe, the only 2 players to achieve that after a decade in the league. A pretty remarkable achievement.
Here's George. Oh, and Jackson with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Memphis has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Outside Morant. Pass to Brooks. Jackson outside. Adams, a pass to Bain. 3-pointer. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. For Los Angeles, they've got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Leonard against Brooks. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Steven Adams.
You think about a rough moment in Kawhi Leonard's career that had to have come around 2021, that season-ending injury in the playoffs that kept him out of the entire 22 season.
He hits the second from the line. Well, we're glad, though, that Leonard took the time to fully recover, Brent.
At BA, you have to prioritize your health as a player. Kawhi has had his scares throughout his career, but him being fully healthy is going to help him unleash his full game on any opponent. So getting him back to 100%, a priority for him and the team.
We got to see that one again. That block was all-out effort.
Showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition sails.
4-3. The rebound by Jackson. Memphis leading. Bain with it, guarded now by George. And the foul called on John Wall. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
Morant against Wall. And then Morant with the dunk.
Plays with so much confidence. When Morant gets in the zone, he stays aggressive.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. The Clippers shooting around 33%. Not the best offensive efficiency. Here's Wall. Outside Covington. There's the drive. Pass to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Pulls up. Second shot opportunity. And Zubac with the lay-in.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Moran against Wall. Outside for Brooks. Fires the three. And stolen by Covington. George finds Covington. And the jam by Covington.
Just reading his opponent like a book. That time Covington with great instincts defensively.
Kicks it out to Jackson. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Getting lots of great looks. Shooting it well. That's why they're up. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Boy, you got to like what Ja Morant has done in this game.
His whole first half looked like a highlight reel, rising up and just owning the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Taylor Jenkins. They've got Danny Green. John Conchar is out there with Tyus Jones. Then it's Xavier Tillman, and it's Aldama in at the power forward position. The Clippers trail. Morris outside. Three-pointer off the mark. Well, Memphis shooting efficiently, 50% so far. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
The Clippers shooting just 37% in the game. Jackson outside. No luck on that one. And Memphis taking it the other way now. They've led by as many as 11. Jackson against Jones. Pass to Aldama. Puts it up. Again, the Grizzlies. Good for 2 more. Jackson against Jones. Kicks it out to Kennard. Fires from deep. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson.
And you love that. That's one of the strengths of Luke Kennard's game.
Here's Conchar, defended by Kennard. On the wing, Green. Pass to Aldama. Shot clock at 6. And the foul on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First 2 fouls.
Jones, the pass to Green. Back to Jones. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Conchar. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Grizzlies lead by 9. Up top, Jackson. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change.
Reggie Jackson showing his physicality from the point guard position.
He's off on the first.
Reggie Jackson at the stripe.
And he sinks the second. For Memphis, they've gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Outside Jones. Pass to Aldama. Here's Conchar. And here's Jones, defended by Jackson. Clock at 4. Here's Conchar. Oh, the Grizzlies get it back. And here's Jones. Launches a 3. That shot off the mark. Morris outside. And he drives in. Misses from short range. Memphis has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Pass to Tillman. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
The Clippers have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Jackson, the pass to Kennard. And the Clippers miss again. The Grizzlies have gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up. Yeah, and we hear this a lot about the Grizzlies, but it bears repeating. There's probably no team in the NBA that has more reason for optimism than Memphis.
Yep, that one goes.
Great determination as Norman Powell just shook off that bump.
The Grizzlies have gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. Now Jones, pass to Tillman. Here's Conchar over Kennard. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. You know, I think about all the optimism surrounding the Grizzlies. The rest of the NBA has been put on notice.
The NBA, and they should be. This team should be a contender for years to come. If the front office makes the right moves, which they have in the last few years, they could be hanging up some banners very soon.
Jones in the post, defended by Jackson. Green for 3. Knocks down the long J. Green's got his first 3 points of the game.
This is bread and butter stuff here. If you're tasked with trying to stop Green, you can't give him any space on a catch-and-shoot opportunity.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
The line for your Clippers, Luke Kennard, taking 2 shots.
That one misses.
And Kennard out there to help space the floor with that kind of range.
And the Clippers will go for a different look here. Zubats, he's checked in for Batum. Covington comes in for Morris. Leonard's checked in for Powell. And it's John Wall in for Jackson. Here's Green. And a missed layup. Leonard for 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. Outside Jones. Here's Aldama. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. We've got Ivica Zubats. Robert Covington is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Wall in at the 1. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Covington. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That's on Steven Adams.
Well, a key piece in a couple of huge NBA trades. There's no doubt that teams value Robert Covington and his ability to play defense and shoot the 3.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Memphis leading. Pass to Morant. Blocked! And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Just a superb read on defense to come up with the block.
Let's see if that block can amp up this team. I mean, they're looking for anything to get themselves going.
Six on the shot clock. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
What determination from Morant in the paint, getting his shot off despite being fouled.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Now Los Angeles with it, trailing by 10. Here's Jackson driving inside. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Just dicing through the lane there was Reggie Jackson.
Kennard against Bain. Jackson the screen. Bain the pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Time called here. The Clippers decide to talk it over. All right, we present our New Balance player of the game, Jaren Jackson.
It's almost beyond belief what he's done in this game. He's been impossible to cool off, hitting just about everything he looks at. It doesn't matter who's guarding him. He's had an answer for just about everyone.
This crowd had no idea what they were in for. He came in and silenced them with a dominant performance. He was an intimidating presence tonight. This audience didn't seem to affect him in the slightest. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
During that last break, Coach Tyronn Lue had some advice for the team. He did everything he could to fire the team up, saying, quote, "I don't care how far down we are. We can do this. Attack and take what's ours. Let's go out there and show them it's not over."
Great work, Allie. Thanks. George passes to Zubac. Here's Kennard. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Jackson, left side. Outside Morant. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And it's a 12-point Grizzly lead.
In the paint, Morant stays nimble, and that allows him to make any needed adjustment to his shot.
George against Morant. And George with the jam.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Here's Adams. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game. Back to Leonard. Stolen by Bain. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
The fearlessness they've shown going strong inside has been impressive. The defense hasn't been very effective against them.
But we've also seen them being very aggressive down in the paint. All game long, they've been hunting down those inside points.
The Grizzlies have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
And then Morant with the jam. Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? And the 3 off target. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Pass to Jackson. Here's Adams. Outside Bain. Shot clock at 5. Counted from distance.
And Morant is a natural leader. Someone who wants to get his guys involved when they're open.
Now here's Covington. George outside. Oh, Morant with the block. Jackson down low, working on Covington. Pass to Morant. George against Jackson. Back Back to Morant. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson. Morant's got 7 points here in the quarter.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Grizzlies.
One area where they set themselves apart today, their aggressiveness in getting steals.
It really hindered their opponent all game long. And, of course, it helped spark their own offense.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Ja Morant.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense. Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them, complete control.
And for Paul George, playing close to home on a title-contending team, it's a tremendous opportunity, Grant.
And back with the Pacers, he twice made the Eastern Conference Finals, but without a doubt, this is the most talented team he's ever been a part of.
You know, Paul George, really a true two-way player in the NBA. He gives you so much on both ends, so you get all-star value offensively and defensively.
Brooks, the pass to Morant. Spins. Brooks finds Morant. With the fadeaway. Kennard with the rebound. And here are the Clippers now. 19-point game. Offensive board. Out of bounds. It'll be Memphis's ball. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the fourth. And here's Morant. And so it's the Grizzlies taking care of business in this one. This one wasn't easy. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. Two big men inside, Towns and Gobert. And it's Russell in at the 1. And for the Clippers, the wing pairing, George and Leonard. Robert Covington out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Wall in at the point. A lot of focus on the guard matchup tonight, Greg. Both these teams rely on their backcourts to lead the way for them.
And if anything, it should make for an entertaining basketball game. And it becomes a little bit of a chess match when it's a backcourt duel. Those are always fun. That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
Towns finds Gobert and slammed down by Gobert.
It doesn't get any easier than that for Rudy Gobert. His size is sometimes overpowering.
Now here's Wall. Back to George. And Leonard has it in the corner. Just 4 to shoot. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Now the Timberwolves with it. It's a 3-point game. Smitty, expectations have been so high for this Clippers team in recent seasons with the addition of Kawhi and the addition of Paul George and the other great parts around him.
They've got a lot of terrific players, Kevin. On paper, they look playoff ready. So those expectations aren't so misplaced.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Leonard. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Towns, the pass to Edwards. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Leonard. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
What timing from Rudy. He is superb at measuring when to go after blocks.
Here's McDaniels. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
So slippery when he's driving the ball. Paul George makes it look easy.
Now, here is Russell. Tries the spin move. Stolen by George. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Leonard looking around. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one is on Towns.
And last year, Minnesota had a tough end to their season. In their 10th playoff appearance, they made their 9th first-round exit.
I don't think the Timberwolves, Greg, plan on letting their playoff statistics discourage them at all.
And that's kind of the beauty of this squad. They're out to make new franchise history, not focusing on the past. Just keep evolving as a team.
And that's a block right there. He swats that ball away with some energy.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Zubac. And here's Leonard. Can't get it to fall.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Edwards drawing the double team. They get the rebound. Here's Gobert, the second chance effort. And slam dunk by Gobert.
You see how seriously Gobert takes rebounding, just getting after it. Great activity.
Right side Wall. Leonard kicks to George. Outside Wall. Shot clock at 5. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And rebounded by McDaniels. Minnesota leading by 6. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team.
And 1:01 left in the first quarter. Here's Towns. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And we've seen Towns take on more of a leadership role over the years, wanting to be the guy for this team.
For Los Angeles, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. The kick out to Wall. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. And the dunk by Zubac.
How about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Russell passes to McDaniels. Dishes to Gobert. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 5. Leonard with no one around. Connects from three-point range.
Once a weakness, Leonard's three-point shot is now a strength, a sharp weapon in his arsenal.
Edwards kicks to Towns. And the layup falls. Towns has got 5 now.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And we reach the end. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They're unselfish. They're passing the ball well, setting up teammates, playing team basketball, and their focus.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
So on the floor for Minnesota, underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Hiding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Russell in at the point guard position.
And so good off the bounce. Edwards working on his shot off the catch, and it is paying off.
Ball pass to Zubac. George with no one around. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Towns, the pass to Gobert. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. We know you need talent to win, Steve, so how critical is basketball IQ to winning at the highest level? How important is it in that equation?
Kevin, it's everything. A playoff series can turn on a single play. And the guys, you can tell the difference who has a high basketball IQ and an average IQ. It does make a difference.
And to say Wall's explosive at the rim doesn't do him justice. I mean, this guy is a freak of nature.
Edwards kicks to Gobert. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his fourth rebound in this one. And George, here we go. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Towns. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Towns has got 7.
And this is what you like to see. Big Cat using that size to his advantage.
Wall against Russell. Takes it out to Leonard. Outside, George takes the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Gobert finds Towns. Back to Gobert. The kick out to Towns. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stop.
Flying high. Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
Ball passes to Leonard. George dishes to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Here's Wall. And Wall with the slam.
And I just love the way Wall kind of knifes through that defense. He is masterful at slashing to the rim. And after not playing for a season, John Wall back in action. Bought out by the Rockets, and he signs with the Clippers. If he can get back to where he was, that's a huge win for the Clippers. Could serve as a deadly third option for LA.
Russell passes to Towns, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Clippers trail by 6. Wall up top. He's guarded by Russell. And Wall kicks to George. It's Covington on the wing. Back to George. Fires from deep. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
Beautiful dime from Covington. He doesn't hesitate to share the ball.
Edwards looking it over. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Towns. He has 7. Kicks to Russell. The feed to Gobert. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 4th assist in this one.
Entering the league raw offensively, Gobert's developed a few moves in the inside.
Covington with it. He's picked up by Russell. Covington passes to Wall. Just 5 on the clock. With the crossover, Zubac trying to break loose. And he overshot that one, missing. Towns dishes to Edwards. Back to Towns. Russell against Wall. Launches a 3. And it's Russell missing. Clippers trail by 5.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
Here's Leonard. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. No one near Edwards. What a play! Simply trains it, and we've reached halftime in this one. Timberwolves lead by 8. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
He's been vital to spacing the floor for them. Makes everything else you want to do easier to accomplish.
So with George on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Jackson is the point with Kennard on the wing. Norman Powell is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Batum in at the 5, home in the paint.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's McLaughlin, guarded by Jackson. Prince wide open. Frames the three-pointer. Prince has got the lead up to 9 now for Minnesota.
Prince has gotten better at creating his own shot, but the catch-and-shoot game is still his specialty.
Lets it go. Again, Los Angeles.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Minnesota's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Drives to the hoop. Spins. Kicks it out to Prince. And another 3 for Minnesota.
When Prince gets it clicking from the perimeter, gets his confidence going, the entire offense benefits.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turns things around.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Morris kicks to Kennard. From the arc. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut to just 7 on the basket for Morris.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
And the NBA has favored three-point shooting here as of late,
which has made players like Luke Kennard very valuable in the process, GA. The lefty stroke of Kennard is a thing of beauty, and he shoots the 3-ball with such confidence.
And Batum kicks the foul. Takes it off the glass. And now just a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
We know Norman Powell is a physical player, showing his upper body strength and finishing through contact.
Now the pass to Noel. Buries it from 3-point range. Noel's got himself on the board with 3 there.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Out to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
Here's McLaughlin, guarded by Jackson. Noel passes to Prince. 6 to shoot. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Here's 3. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Clippers trail by 6. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. A shot by Batum, no good. Minnesota's gone 6 of 10 from 3-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Prince misses. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Here's Here's Powell. Batum trying to break loose. The shot by Powell, no good. Timberwolves leading by 6. Anderson outside. Down low. And that one is hammered home.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Passes it to Powell. From deep three-point range, the Clippers keep it alive. Morris finds Powell. Back to Morris. Pass to Powell. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Inside, here's Anderson. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Anderson's got the lead up to 10 now for Minnesota.
A high percentage look for Kyle. Has the size and length to be a factor inside.
Jackson passes to Powell. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Got a piece of it. To the middle. Here's Anderson, and finished off by Anderson.
Getting himself to the rim, Anderson continually finds ways to impact the game.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. What a night they've had. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Here is Edwards. So on the floor for Minnesota, backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. And it's McDaniels at the 3, the small forward. Russell kicks to Towns. Shot clock at 5. They get it again. Right side, Edwards. Russell with a wide open look. Gobert, and there's Gobert putting it right back in. Gobert's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Minnesota.
We're watching the offensive development by Rudy Gobert. He is exploding tonight.
All with it now, guarded by Towns. And the dunk by Zubac.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Russell kicks to Edwards. To the wing right side. McDaniels. And he's good on the 3 ball. McDaniels got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Russell against Wall. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Anthony Edwards.
It is great to see Wall back from those awful injuries, looking a lot stronger now.
That one misses. And so Gobert will bring it up for the Timberwolves. Russell against Leonard. Russell kicks to Towns. Back to Russell. Over to the wing. Now here's McDaniel. Covered by Wall. Clippers trail by 14. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Russell passes to Gobert. Back to Russell. Clock at 4. 20 feet out. Misses off the left iron. The Clippers shooting 47%, pretty solid. Pass to Covington. Outside, Wall. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Sometimes Wall seems just undeniable. Even the contact doesn't slow him down.
And the pass to Towns. Back to Russell. All with the steal. all alone, and Wall with the slam.
And using his quick, active hands, Wall has a knack for propelling fast breaks into action.
Towns against Covington. And finished off by Gobert.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Wall looking it over. Here's George. This is it to Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George. Zubac has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
Outside, Towns. Screen by McDaniel. Towns, the pass to McDaniels. Poked away. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Hunter Covington picks one up.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Clippers trail by 10. Left side, Leonard. Covington passes to George. And a miss there on the triple. Minnesota's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Russell kicks to McDaniel. Outside, Towns. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries it from the top of the key. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Timberwolves.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Rudy Gobert.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
Back to Edwards. Driving the lane, tries the spin move. McDaniels finds Edwards. The tray. It's hauled in by Zubac. Here's George. Yep, it counts.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This was a very strong showing for them.